What is up, people of all different types of ages, races, genders, and yes, even you other species watching this video. Unless you've been living under a rock, then you know that there was a new Dragon Ball Z series by the name of Dragon Ball Super releasing very soon in the summertime, and that just begs the question, will there be a Dragon Ball Super video game for 2016? Well, let's talk about just that. Now, we've already seen, in terms of Dragon Ball Xenoverse, of course, that they've released some Fukatsu no F DLC packs where you get the costumes and stuff like that, and that is all pretty damn cool. So does that mean that with the speed that they released that, does that mean that we can get a Dragon Ball Super game in 2016, or at least Dragon Ball Super characters and moves and whatever transformations, whatever the case may be, whatever is new in Dragon Ball Super, will we get that in the brand new Dragon Ball Z game in 2016? I think the likelihood of getting some of that stuff is very possible. They do it in the Naruto games, but the one thing that really concerns me about this is that I don't know what the new Dragon Ball Z game is going to be, you know what I mean? Like, is it going to be Xenoverse 2? Are they going to be working from the ground up on a brand new engine or whatever? Will it be a continuation of, let's say, like Raging Blast or the Battle of Z, whatever the case may be? Like, we don't know what Dragon Ball Z game they're going to be making. If it's a Dragon Ball Z game that is being remade from the ground up, like a brand new one, just like Xenoverse was, then I don't think that's really going to be possible, because how the hell are they going to make brand new character models for all that stuff so soon? And if it is releasing in 2016, then I'm sure they've been at work at it for a while. It's just really not likely, but at the same time, dependent upon how exactly the game is being made, we could potentially get that. Now, the reason why I am so adamant on a 2016 release is because for the most part, every year we've gotten a Dragon Ball Z video game release. Whether or not it was shitty Ultimate Tenkaichi or whether or not it was an HD collection, whatever the case may be, we got something. So while we might not get a brand new Dragon Ball Super game in 2016, we might get like an HD collection to Tenkaichi or something like that. It still begs the question on whether or not the interest will be there. And of course the interest will be there because of the fact that it's a brand new Dragon Ball Z series. So many people are hyped for this, and they have to make a game directly translating to that. That just makes sense. In the Dragon Ball Z game universe, a lot of people, myself included really, thought that they should go the route of just making shit up because of the fact that there was no Dragon Ball Z anymore. You know, we're not getting anything new apart from the movies that come out every year or so. So there really isn't enough new content there to keep making these brand new video games and keep expanding upon that. But with the addition of Dragon Ball Super into the mix, that changes everything. That means that we now have this whole new arc that we can play through, similar to in the other Dragon Ball Z games when we go through the story mode and everything. We would be able to go through the story mode of Dragon Ball Super as it releases, the same way that Naruto did it. When the manga and everything was coming out, every Naruto game, well, not every Naruto game because they had the generations and stuff like that, but the number of installments of Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm would go from where the manga was. You know, they would just pick up where they left off in the last game and then continue telling the story. And I think that's something that could happen in Dragon Ball Super, the video game. Now, what I think is going to be likely is that maybe they alternate every year, you know what I mean? So like, let's say every other year we get the new iteration of a Dragon Ball Super game, again sort of similar to Naruto where you get generations and then full burst and stuff like that. That is something that could be a thing, you know what I mean? So let's say one year we get Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 or 2, whatever the case may be, and then the next year we get Dragon Ball Super, the video game or whatever. Not to be confused with Super Dragon Ball Z, by the way, but just Dragon Ball Super, the video game. And then the next year we get Xenoverse 3 or an HD collection, so that way they get more time to work on both Xenoverse and the Dragon Ball Super game. Or will Dimps just straight up take on the Dragon Ball Super game, make it just like Xenoverse, except, you know, add Dragon Ball Super. It could just be Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, and then they add in Dragon Ball Super characters and features. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'm very interested to see what you guys think about this. Please leave a like rating if you enjoyed this video and you are excited for the idea of Dragon Ball Super. You know, the community you know that the Bandai Namco really loves community feedback. We all know this. So if we show enough interest by liking videos and commenting on videos and posting on Twitters and posting on Facebooks or whatever, then that would open up their eyes and be like, wow, we have to do Dragon Ball Super stuff. Maybe we can even get Dragon Ball Super DLC in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but maybe that's for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Have a good one, and goodbye.